Before we begin today's episode, we would like to share a quick disclaimer. The views, opinions, and statements expressed by the hosts and guests on this podcast are their own personal views and are provided in their own capacity. All content is editorial, opinion-based, and intended for entertainment purposes only. Listener discretion is advised.
And we're back. Hey, all you cool cats and kittens. I really hope that didn't just fuck up your ears. Welcome back to another riveting and exciting episode of the Silly Goose Society podcast. I am your host. What the hell's my name right now? Whatever. I'm Kyle. This is Ange. We don't know what to do. We're just going to talk, and hopefully you listen. Ange?
Hi.
Thanks for listening to the Silly Goose Society podcast.
That's it. This is the shortest episode ever. Goodbye.
Yeah, a minute tops. Nah, we always just figure kind of fun to just kind of get on here and exactly that, just be silly gooses. But you said something about, what, the Philippines or whatever you said?
Yeah, I'm not repeating what I said.
Okay, anywho, something that made me think of this story. So, many moons ago, picture this, Sicily, 1922. It really wasn't that. It was, picture this, West Haven, Connecticut, like 8 years ago.
Okay.
So, what the hell was that? I think the game was called Heads Up, right? Well, they had an app.
Yeah.
And, same thing. You had that game you play on your phone. For those of you who don't know what it is, you would hold your phone on your forehead, and the people in front of you that you're playing with, they have to try to give you like clues or act something out, or whatever the fuck it is for you to guess what it is. And then you get the point, move on, so on and so forth. So one of the categories was, like accents and impressions and stuff like that. And so, yeah, there's, it'll say all sorts of different, exactly that. Accents, or it'll be like famous people. It'll say Arnold Schwarzenegger, Christopher Walken, British, or whatever it is, right?
Oh, God.
What's really funny, if you ever play this game, I cannot recommend enough that you play with someone as, how do I put this? Fucking stupid as my younger brother. Just kidding. He's not stupid. He's specifically intelligent, just like his older brother. Anyhow, it's just, I can't talk much shit because he has the same vocabulary that I do. Not the best. But he also doesn't know what some things are. So I wish we had video for this, for some of them. But
God.
we're playing this game, and I have it. It's the accent impressions are up here on my forehead, and my older brother's just like, I don't know how to do that accent, and my younger brother is just like, what? I don't get. So he's pointing to like his no spots.
Okay.
And then, like, his leg, like, lower, I'm like, what are you talking about? It's like, there's a timer going. You have to see how many you can get at a time. So it's like, you're yelling and you're shouting. You try to go really fast. You're just getting louder and louder when someone's not getting it right. You're like, it's a jackal. It's a jackal. It's not a jackal. It's not a jackal. That kind of shit.
Yeah.
So he's just, like, very aggressively, like, pointing to his no-nos and to, like, his legs. I was just like, what? Huh? And buzzer goes off. And I turn the phone around and I look at it. And it's a Cockney accent. She's like, Cockney. I was like, oh my fucking God.
That's actually pretty good, though.
That was really funny. But I was like, what are you dude? Man, we fell the fuck out with that one. Everyone else takes their turn, back to me. And I was like, okay, with that one, accents and impressions, that's the only one I went with. For like every time that I was playing, because my younger brother can't do impressions or accents that well, so I always chose that one to poke the bear of his creativity, right?
Do you know what that reminds me of?
What?
On We're the Millers.
Black cock down. It's a big cock. It's a big cock. Black cock down. That fucking scene is so funny. Yes.
Oh, man.
Yeah, but I think the one that rivals that is I learned something. Both of my brothers have never seen this word spelled out before. And my older brother, once again, was just like, dude, I don't know what that is. And so my younger brother, he's so puzzled and he's like, what? And he's like moving his hands back and forth like he's doing like weird jazz hands. But then looks like he's pissed off and he's like throwing the table in Monopoly. Like he's like throwing something, like flipping something. And then he's like, and he's kind of like dancing around or whatever. And then he's doing like a bad Ray Charles impression. I was like, what are you doing? I was like, Ray Charles, what? Like blues? Like what is it? I'm tired of this, Grandpa. What the fuck are you doing? Because he's no one's laughing. Like everyone's just so puzzled. Like, what is even going on? Timer goes off. It's over. I look at it. He goes, before I even get a chance to look at it, he goes like, what the fuck is flip a piano? And I look at it and I go, that says Filipino, you uncultured swine. It said Filipino. And I thought it said flip a piano. And he was like, what the hell kind of an accent is flip a piano? I was like, what the actual fuck?
Oh, God.
Yeah, he saw the word petite when he was like 13 years old, and he's like, it says pet titties. And I'm like, oh, fuck. He ain't the brightest bulb in the picnic.
Oh, every family has one.
2 of them, mine, actually.
It would be your brothers, right? Not you.
Oh, no, it's absolutely me. It's me and my younger brother. 1,000,000%. 1,000,000% it's me and my younger brother. Oh, I don't know how my parents did it. I really don't.
Yeah, I'm definitely the dumber one between me and my brother.
You know, the first step's admitting it, you know?
Yeah, I can admit it. I can freely admit it.
Yeah, I'll always say this, and when my mother's not around, my father agrees with me, but when my mother's around, my dad just kind of like, I ain't fucking involved in this, bye. I will always say this. I think it's kind of funny. So 3 boys. We went to 3 different high schools. One went to private Catholic high school. One went to trade school. One went to just the local public high school. You have 3 very different boys that grew up in the same house, the same everything. You have 3 very different boys.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. My older brother, he's the one who went to private Catholic school. He went to Notre Dame, West Haven. I think shot for shot, question for question, he is the smartest of the 3 of us. He is the most book smart of the 3 of us. He's pretty quick with math, and he got a solid education with also the kind of fun stuff, different history and other things. Yeah, we all excel in other things and so on and so forth, but I think genuinely he has the actual like highest IQ out of the 3 of us. But, you know.
Hey.
Maybe not the most street savvy.
I was going to say, yeah, book smarts doesn't always equal street smarts.
Exactly. He's not the most street smart. He's, like I said, he's not the worst. He's not gullible. He's not a fucking doofus. I'm not saying like, but if we just got it, if you're looking at his, you know, his charts, like D&D kind of shit and whatever, he's definitely the wizard. Hands down. He's the wizard. I like to think I genuinely like to think I'm about 50-50. I know there's some things that I know some of my strengths when it comes to like when we went to bar trivia, give me the science ones, give me the history ones, that kind of shit. Like certain topics I know I'm very, very good at. I also know some topics not the best at. And street smarts, I've been around the ways. I've been around the ways a couple of times. I'm humbled. It's not everything. I ain't perfect, but you know.
Yeah.
Younger brother, hardest of opposites of my older brother when it comes to that one. I'm not saying he's dumb, but he's not being my phone. If I had 4 phone of friends, he'd be my 7th call on the Who Wants to Be a Millionaire. You know what I mean?
Right.
I'm calling a total stranger at like the pizza joint before I'm calling him. Love him to death. But you know? But you want to talk about someone who's been around the ways and like just that, I think certain parts of the internet will call it just like dude math or
Yeah.
like just like man math, like
Yeah.
him all the way. And he fucking makes it work. Hands down, 100%. No questions asked.
So would he be like in D&D, would he be like a rogue?
Oh God, I'm classifying my brothers. Yes, I would say he probably would fit into the rogue. But the with like bard tendencies with with some of his like I think I've said it once, twice, 100 times. People think I'm funny. I ain't shit compared to him. I think he is insanely funnier. And his quick wit is, I swear to God, you get whiplash. He's so fucking fast sometimes. He is fucking hysterical. But I would say he's a bit of like a rogue and like a bard. I'd say a little bit because of like his charisma and his quick wit. He's always got something. He's reminds me of a more cautious Indiana Jones. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah. Huh.
Or like Indiana Jones or no, not Indiana Jones. The other Harrison Ford, Han Solo. He's very Han Solo. I swear to God, the other Harrison Ford gets himself in a lot of sticky situations, but if he can't bullshit his way out of it, damn it, he's gonna find a way to fight his way out of it. Like,
right,
and he'll always get out of it, always.
Then what would you be?
I am a Captain Jack in this situation. Shit just kind of happens, and I'm drunk like 50% of the time.
No, like in D&D.
D&D
terms.
D&D, probably a rogue ranger.
Yeah, I've played World of Warcraft, so I've never played D&D. Do they have paladins? I've always thought.
Oh yeah. That's
like
where paladin came from. Absolutely not a paladin. Not a chance in hell am I a paladin. No fucking. The closest thing you can get because of like my morals and my kind heart, at best, is like a cleric. That's the best you're getting from me. And even that is like it's a bit more of the what you call it? Chaotic good in a way. So very Robin Hood-esque. But yeah, no, there's no way. Not a chance in hell. You really think I'm like some type of like a holier than thou, stick in the mud, like by the book and morally superior? That's what the paladins are.
Well, I mean, but they can. I always thought a paladin was more like, they were tank-ish. Mm-hmm. They could take a lot of damage. They could give out a lot of damage, but they also, could heal others, and protect others. That's why I think of you as more of a paladin. Okay,
if we're going ability-wise, yeah, sounds like I'm going kind of like their alignment and how they like the whatever their like beliefs in their, like I said, their beliefs, their morals, their alignments are. Paladins are always like what you call it? Oh fuck! Why can't I think of it right now? They're the top left corner. They're the goody two shoes. Why can't I think of what's in the alignment chart right now? True good, true, whatever the fuck it is.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's good, neutral, chaotic, and then there's whatever the fuck some stuff. Yeah, now, like I'm like top right corner, flirt with the middle right side there. Dance on the line. Depends on my day.
Chaotic good.
Chaotic good. There we go. Yeah, it's chaotic good. Yeah. Yeah, no. I always love that every now and then, just like doing like these funny like alignment charts and whatever.
I really want to sit in on a D&D game, but I don't know that I could get into it at the same time.
You absolutely could if you find the right. I think you would I genuinely feel you would get more out of doing the actual physical one, because there's an insane amount of online ones. You can just find online ones and you all just like, it's like a Zoom call, but you're just like playing D&D and whatever. You create your character and your line chart. What it is, it's storytelling. 99%. Have you ever seen the video of John Bernthal and what the hell's her name who
Yes.
plays Karen?
Yeah.
Okay, you've seen that one? That is
Oh, yeah.
exactly what D&D is.
Yeah.
Like, that is...
I mean, I'm aware of what the game is and all that, but I don't know. I just, I think it would be like having to have the storytelling and the imagination to be like in the moment, just come up with all of this stuff. Because for me, if I'm coming up with something or I'm writing, something, or it takes me a while to like figure it all out in my head. I feel like it seems like a game. You have to be very quick, in the way that it goes. It's like a quick thinking, quick storytelling. You have to really be on your toes.
Not really. It could literally go both ways. I mean, another one of just like the go-to jokes about it is that like one campaign or like one story that you and your group does takes you decades.
Oh, wow.
So it all kind of just depends of it for the first time, your very first time. A lot of people will say, play how you would, because that's what you're going to think the fastest. Like, what would you do in this specific situation? So base your character off of you, how you feel, all this other kind of fun stuff. If you really are just like if you're like what would be like a typical barbarian, it's just, what's a better way to get through life? A bigger hammer. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, don't try to be like, oh, I'm going to do the sneaky kind of way. No, your very first playthrough, what would you do? Fucking swing first. If that's what you do in life, do that. That way you can kind of dip your toes and see how it goes, the action and the reaction. Learn a bit more about the character, see which one you really kind of align with the most. And then just, that's your baseline, because it's going to be the easiest way for you to get through it all. And then inevitably about halfway through, when you realize kind of how it's going and the pacing of it, the unspoken rule about what you're supposed to do is that it's almost like blackjack. It's the party. It's all the players against the house. It's the party against the DM, and you're just trying to undermine and fuck with the DM as much as humanly possible. Because like, there's been a couple of people where it's like, a lot of what it is, depending on what your DM is going to be, they have to specify out like the rules, the yes, the no's, the do's and don'ts, and so on and so forth. Before, at least like one of the very first ones that I did, they did this, and they're really big on semantics. So like, if it's not specified, it is no holds bar. Like, so like if you have an artificer with you, and they're like, oh, a dragon has now landed and is preparing to fight you all. What do you do? And the artificer just goes like, I would call Batman because I made a cell phone to call Batman. They're like, what? Well, you said you didn't say I couldn't, and you didn't say like we're limited to technology. Ah, shit. So yeah, now you have a cell phone that can just immediately call Batman, and you can like...
Okay.
So that's just like one way to just like really... But then at the same time, though, if you get a really psychotic DM, like if you get like a dungeon master for a dungeon master, you are like so fucked, because they can come up with like very specific rules and NPCs that they only act like this, they only do that, whatever the hell, everything is, there's every now and then I'll come across some of these pages that's really funny, where it's this one guy where it's there's these guards outside of the castle, and one of them says, halt! One of us tells only lies, one of us only tells the truths. And before the wizard can ask a question, the barbarian takes one and just rips his head off. And he just looks at him and just goes, is he dead? And he just says, no. And he said, this one liar. So, like...
Right.
That's literally how it plays out. That's how it just goes. And it's the funniest shit. And if you're the wizard, you have to immediately cast Fireball.
Interesting. I guess I've been thinking a lot about this, because I'm knee deep. I would say I'm now waist deep in this book series, Dungeon Crawler Carl.
You're balls deep in it. So
yeah. I'm at the end of the 5th book, and it's very much, it is. I mean, the guy who wrote this had to have he has to be some kind of like dungeon master, you know, where he's played these games his entire life, because it's so. I feel like I'm learning more about like Dungeons and Dragons reading this book, because everything is, you know, you've got stats, you've got inventory, you've got, you know, +2 to charisma, or, you know, this stat, and you know, there's like tons of different stats and NPCs, and it's a very, very detailed world. It's so interesting. It's so interesting. Yeah. And for those who are not familiar with this book, just a basic synopsis is like it's the apocalypse, it's the end of the world. Aliens are basically taking all of the Earth's resources, and all of humanity, well, the vast majority of humanity, the ones that survive, are forced into this dungeon. And basically there's all these levels, and they are forced to play an RPG game. And as you get to different levels, you can become certain, you can pick like, you can stay human, you can pick another galactic race, you can do all these things, you get magical gear, you get armor, you get all of this stuff. And it's and basically, you know, the whole of the universe is watching this role-playing game. Like it's part of their like TV viewing experience. It's
Truman Show from hell.
Yeah, it really is. But like the cast of characters are so great. The voice actor is so great. He does all the voices. And I'm telling you, like, the voices are so different. But there's he gets thrown in with his ex-girlfriend's cat, whose name is Princess Donut. Princess Donut, Queen Anne Chonk. Let me get that straight. And she basically gets the ability to speak. And so she goes into the game as like a pet or a familiar. But because she is an impetuous cat and does something, she becomes a player in the game. And
don't hate to play him, hate the game.
Yeah, and like eventually they meet up with there's a sex doll head whose name's Samantha. She's a player in the game. It is so
Is that the Samantha
funny.
Olaf was looking for?
I don't know, maybe. But it's so ridiculous. Princess Donut earns a pet, and it's a pet velociraptor. She's named Mongo. And so Mongo is able to fight with her, and she shoots little lasers. It's just a great book, but it's very, very, it's very, very like, you know, D&D coded. Very, very much.
Oh, billion%. Literally, like, the way you described it is, like, it just in the beginning. In the beginning. Is 1,000,000%. Like, it's all just D&D. And, like, so World of Warcraft, you'd pick it up a lot better than you think you would, I think.
And, like, this AI that it's controlling most of the universe is the Dungeon Master. So the AI is basically writing the story as they go along, and there's a lot of things with the NPCs, and they're finding out you can wake up NPCs to make them realize that they're NPCs. Yeah, it's really, I highly recommend it. I highly recommend the audiobooks to anyone that's listening. I wish there was a way that I could share the audiobooks with you, Kyle, because I think you'd be so into.
If it's an audiobook, absolutely. Audiobooks, sign me the hell up. I don't got to do the reading because I can't. Sign me up. But
yeah, no, it's just audiobook. And I think, I mean, I know you can buy like the hard copy of the books, but I think most of everyone that I've talked to that have quote unquote read these books have read them through the audiobook like experience because it's so good. And I think there's some production company that has also taken the books and they've done like a complete audio, almost like an audio like show. Like they have like sound effects and they've taken all the characters and there's multiple voice actors for all the different characters. Not like in the audiobook, it's just the one guy doing all the voices.
Yeah.
But they've taken it and they've done a complete production. And Seth MacFarlane's production company has bought the rights to the book. And they're in the beginning stages of developing it into a screenplay for a show. That's so good. It's so good, though.
Hell yeah!
But the more I read it, the more more that I've gotten into this book, the more I've been like, one of these days, I really want to play D&D.
You just gotta find the right. You just gotta find the right people, the right party, all that kind of fun stuff.
Yeah.
It has been quite some time since I hath partake. And it'll be longer still. I do another really, honestly, if you haven't seen it, I can't recommend the movie enough. I think the movie was exactly what it needed to be. I think the problem with the Warcraft movie was that it took itself too serious.
Yeah.
And that they went very hard with one. You know, there's not there isn't like a serious linear story to World of Warcraft. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
There's a billion trillion ways that game can go, except for Leroy Jenkins.
Yeah.
So that movie took itself too serious. I'm not saying make it a comedy, but they should have did more open stuff to it, or they should have made it a little more of a comedy. As to where D&D, they went off of the comedy aspect, not necessarily like what Dungeons and Dragons is supposed to be. It went off of what it is. Yeah, this is what's supposed to happen. This is the actual story to D&D and so on and so forth. But what does everyone do? It's just kind of chaotic and just kind of tomfoolery. So it's fun. They didn't go so hard. They had just enough, you know, little Easter eggs for the diehards to know this and know that. But it is the absolute perfect stepping stone to bring so many more people into the fandom, into D&D and so on and so forth. Yeah, of course, you're going to have your hard-nosers that think it was an absolute shit show, but fuck them. If you haven't seen the movie, I think that's a really good...
What movie is it?
D&D, Dungeons and Dragons.
I don't know that I've ever seen that movie.
Oh, it's yes. It's like I said, it was good. It was good. It was, like I said, it's a beautiful little stepping stone, a nice little, you know, it's just the tip.
Just the tip.
It's just the tip to get you into the full fandom of it. And I just, yeah, no, it was, I definitely recommend it. It was fun. Just like the Minecraft movie. If people haven't seen the Minecraft movie, it is just good enough to give it's just meta enough to shut the diehards up. But at the same time, if you know absolute jack shit about Minecraft, you'll enjoy it just the same.
Yeah, I still can't bring myself to, I don't know what it is. I can't bring myself to watch that movie.
It's a silly, funny movie. You won't regret it. Is it good? It's just fun.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Maybe on one of these nights where I can't sleep, I'll turn it on.
Yeah, for sure. I can see that. Lava lava, chicken. Yeah. I would.
Oh, go ahead.
Go ahead. No, you go ahead.
No, I had a question for you. We were going to completely go into another realm, but go ahead.
Okay, so all right. I was just kind of laughing to myself because with still on the D&D thing, if you haven't seen this stuff, it's on Amazon. They have the show called Secret Level, where it's like 10 or 12 episodes, and it's like lore or backstory or whatever the hell is from each episode is a different game of sorts.
Oh.
And the first episode is a D&D one. It's like they're like shorts. They're like 10 or 15-minute long episodes. The one they did for the very first episode is the one they did for D&D, which kind of tells the origin story of like the end all be all big monster to it. They have like a cyberpunk one that's kind of cool or whatever. Then they have one that's like they have some moved. I don't remember the hell. Unreal Tournament, I think that's what it's called. I don't know, but that episode is fucking cool with like robots in an arena and a rebellion and shit. That one was hardcore. But my fucking favorite one, the fourth episode they did was Warhammer 40K, and I cannot begin to explain how fucking awesome that one was. And they timed it beautifully. That episode aired, and then the day after Space Marine 2 came out, and that is the very first dipping of the toes, showing us what is to come with Henry Cavill's Warhammer project that he's working on. Because to my knowledge, he was very involved with the development of that one episode specifically. And so if you saw that, that is what his ideas and plans for that show are, which is the only way you can do that, because you can't make something like the D&D movie for Warhammer, because it is fucking possible.
Oh, I know.
It's impossible to try to explain 40K.
He is so into Warhammer.
He really is, but even he can't. There's no one. It is impossible to put into parameters how obnoxious and how massive and how in depth Warhammer is. It is impossible. American history is not as deep as Warhammer is. And you could have a fucking doctorate in American history. You could have a doctorate in any type of history, and it is not as in depth or as intricate as Warhammer. You may go.
Okay. Well, kind of in speaking in history. So it's kind of like a history question that I have for you.
Yes, please. Yes.
And
go for it.
So I know that, you've had you had a live 2 days ago, and you were doing some of your leather craft. And I asked this question, but I knew you were busy. But I still want to know the answer to this question.
Ooh,
okay.
Uh-oh. I'm afraid.
So, and I don't know, maybe the way that I was asking the question, TikTok could have zipped it out of there. So you may not have even seen the question, but you have that really, really stupidly thick leather, right?
Yes.
That you've been working with.
Thanks. I work out.
So my question was, as I was looking at that, what would you say that's it's not a half an inch thick. It's
about a quarter of an inch thick.
An inch thick.
Yep.
And that's thick leather.
That is real fucking thick. Anyone listening to right now, if you got a ruler or a micropeen, look at that. That's a quarter of an inch. For leather, that's fucking thick.
So would that be the type of leather that they would use in ancient armor?
100%.
Okay.
Absolutely. They might even use some a little bit thinner
thicker?
than that.
Oh,
a little bit thinner. Yeah, there could be some that they can use thinner. Technically, if you treat it right and you do the right stuff and you have the right leathermen or the leathersmiths and so on and so forth working it, you can take something lighter, like a 7 ounce. So the ounces. So leather is gauged not necessarily by its thickness, but by its weight. And so rule of thumb is, I want to say it's by square inch. How much a square inch, or however much a specific size, I forget off the top of my head right now, how much it weighs. So 1 ounce, 2 ounce, 3 ounce, blah, 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 give or take. There's always a range. It's usually within a couple of ounces. Cause like I said, genuine leather isn't consistently perfectly the exact thickness all the way through, because it's skin, it's flesh. And so there's going to be different, very minor inconsistencies throughout it if it's proper. So even a 7 or an 8 ounce leather, you can get to armor toughness and thickness, because what's called casing. I believe it's the casing and like treating leather. So you'll wet it, like completely soak it like to the bone. Like you would put in a container of water until bubbles stop bubbling. So it's completely saturated, and then you take that out and you let it dry, or you heat it up and then it dries and it hardens like that. And you do that like 2 or 3 times, and that really solidifies it and hardens it.
Because I was thinking, if you had, I don't know, like you were just working on, I don't know what it was, like a belt or something or whatever. I would think that would be so heavy to wear as a suit of armor. And I was just thinking, like, back then, I mean, they would from their feet to their head be encased in like this leather armor. And I was just thinking like how thick that was, and how heavy and cumbersome and probably sweaty. It would be exhausting having to wear and fight in that type of armor.
Mm-hmm. All depending on, it wouldn't be as bad as one would think. One, because I mean, look at some of the Knights of the Templars and so on. They're in chainmail and fucking full plate armor. You want to talk about heavy and hot and all that kind of fun shit? Chainmail, Jesus Christ. Leather armor isn't exactly the most, though itself, if it's done right, it does have a lot of flow, a lot of give. It is very, supple and supposed to be moving into it. Even that really hardened stuff is still lighter than metal, obviously. But it wouldn't be a full like plate, or you wouldn't make like a full thing. Like, so it'll be pieces to just kind of put the I think what it is, kind of think of like, so it wouldn't look like stormtrooper armor. It's just like the different pieces of plastic that are just there and they don't really like move. Yeah. That's like some of the like worst armor you'll ever see. The plate armor has a lot of it because of the way it's layered and scaled. So it moves with it accordions and so on and so forth. So with a leather armor like that, if it was that thick, you would just have it at like the important parts, or the important bits, if you will. Try to think of some of the like the different Batman armors, right? How there's like those big protruding parts at like his pecs and like towards like the abdomen area, to kind of simulate like muscles and look cool. But it would make more sense to have a leather like that, very heavy in those areas, kind of like more like a chest plate or like a breastplate. Yeah. Because that's going to cover, the important internal organs, and then you're going to have like some type of a thing covering your guts. Because maybe you need to move a little bit more, but you're not going to have a very stiff piece of armor like that. You'll cover your shoulders and like your back and your head, but it wouldn't be fully cladded like that. I really do want to make like armor with that. I kind of do. I'm telling myself not to do it, but I want to make I really do, because it would be really difficult and really hard to do that, because I'd have to. That shit is so stiff, man. That shit is stiff.
Oh yeah, I mean it just, and I've seen you work with like the regular leather and stuff, but and don't take this, but it just looked very, very like cumbersome to have to deal with, to
absolutely,
to cut and to do all the stuff that you were doing, like. And I just it the whole time I was watching you work on that, I was thinking about like, I mean, I'm sure that way back in the ancient, I mean, they didn't have the tools that we do now, or maybe they did, but it was out of some other bone or something like that. But just like how difficult it would be to take leather like that and make a suit of armor or plates or whatever they need to do with, like, just how difficult of a task for those craftsmen it was to do that for an entire army, for hundreds of thousands of warriors to make all of that. That just seems so daunting.
Yeah, it sounds pretty goddamn horrible. But like I said, there's 100,000 different ways that they did it or would have done it if you were to be outfitting an entire army for that. Like I said, if you were using something that thick, it wouldn't be like how I have my giant roll of leather. You would just work with the smaller pieces, which it's still really tough. Like, you really got to work it, and you have to, but it would be at the specific stages before it gets that thick and that stiff. I think because if your general idea is to make armor, make clothing, make something specific out of it, you would kind of have that mindset as you're working through it. So as they're tanning the leather, they're going to tan it and cure it in smaller pieces. That's so where it is easier to and more manageable, much more pliable before it stiffens like that, or even before they thicken it like that. Different type of animal that they use. It would, like I said, they would take that into consideration for sure with the different hides and how it's worked and moved and so on. But but you're 100% right. I can't think of a worse hell than try to make. So that's why I'm so hesitant to do it, because like, dude, I'm just doing what's like simple to make, which is just belts, which is just ripping a strip of it and then dropping a couple holes into it. Fuck me, dude. Jesus. I was breaking a sweat just laying the thing out, rolling it out, and using a giant razor to fucking cut a strip. It's like the easiest thing I do. And I was literally sweating doing that with that fucking thing. I love it.
Yeah. I was just thinking about like how they would have to deal with that in the ancient times. It's just, and it's interesting to kind of like see somebody now work on a craft that, can take you that far back into history. It's kind of, it's a cool thing, but I wouldn't want to do it, but it's a cool
like,
thing.
more power to you. You go ahead and do that. I'm gonna just, that's like me with people who read. It's like, you know what? More power to you. I can't fucking do that. Read all you want. I cannot, will not. In a box with a fox in the air with a gnare, not happening.
Yeah. No, I enjoy audio. That's why I enjoy audiobooks much more.
Even that, like, I need, like...
But it
which
has
is really
to be
funny being
good.
on a podcast now, because even podcasts, for me, were difficult unless there was, like, a video to watch, because something to hold my attention of sorts.
To. Yeah. Yeah, I know. It's, do you think we'll ever get to... Man, I tell you what, here's the thing. I could see us eventually going to a video version of this, but only when I can afford to have somebody else edit it. There's no way. As much as I enjoy doing the podcast, and editing typically isn't that bad, but it's still like the thing. It's the necessary evil that you have to do. But man, I hate it.
Oh yeah,
I hate it. If I could get somebody else to edit it and deal with all the technical, like the technical issues of recording with video. No. One day we'll get there. We'll get there eventually. Yeah. But I'm not.
Eventually.
I'm not going to be doing it. Hey, if there's anybody out there that just would like to, edit to learn and, or for charity, then let us know. And maybe
we'll pay you in friendship and anxiety.
Yeah. And memes. I don't know.
How do
you do that? How do you edit it and make
Hello, do you how do?
Yeah, how do you edit the audio and make the video seem like continuous? You know what I mean? Like,
yeah,
have some continuity there. I will not do it.
No, not in a box, not with a fox, not in a chair, not over there.
No, not at all, not at all. But hey, by the time this maybe airs, we'll be almost in 2026. You think we're going to have a good 2026?
Listen, it can't be fucking worse than 2025, so.
Yeah, we're just going to kind of forget a lot about 2025.
I gotta be, we slightly talked about this. I don't want it to come out the wrong way. Don't get me wrong. I had some absolutely fantastic moments in 2025. I had some really good moments in 2025, but there's also a lot of stuff that can get so fucked it's not even funny.
Yeah.
That happened. This year definitely started on quite a fucking note for me.
Yeah. So we're going to just kind of put all that to bed, and we're going to move forward and have a much, much better 2026.
To quote Will Smith, keep my wife's name. I'm just kidding. Wrong quote. You know what we got here? We got this box, and we're going to put a bunch of shit in there. We're going to put, like, the word flaccid and my mama's titties. Like, we're going to put the beginning of this year, and we're going to put some bad stuff in this. We're going to put me hitting my head, and we're going to put some illnesses and some doctor visits. We're going to put all that, and the beginning part of the podcast and all the other fun stuff and how all that went, fucking bimbos. We're going to put all that in this box, and we're going to chuck this motherfucker in the ocean.
Yeah. Yes, in the deepest part of the ocean. Yeah.
Yes. Dishonor on it, dishonor on its cow. Like I said, no, it was not. God, this sounds really cliche. I want to at least come across as more grateful. I really do. I have these problems where, like, I feel like I have the worst goddamn life in the world when I know I don't. Like, I can probably name 3 people who have worse lives than me, legitimately.
Well, here's the thing, though, about that. Just because somebody else may have it worse doesn't cancel out the fact that you are going through something, that's bad or terrible, and you feel, this way. I really kind of like a pet peeve is like when you're going through something, you're going through hard times or, emotional turmoil or whatever, and somebody says, well, this person has it worse. At least, well, look at over here. They have it worse. Okay. And I'm sorry that they are, but that doesn't mean that what I'm going through isn't horrible for me, So,
I know I have those. I know there's moments where I know I was like, yeah, the beginning of the year for me was fucking horrible.
Yeah.
But I just want to look back and like when bad shit happens, I want to look back and just be more grateful about. Because I saw this video with like Stephen Colbert the other day. Like, you got to be grateful for a whole life because it's such a gift to be alive. Mm-hmm. And because like the chances of you being, I forgot what the other quote was. This other thing is like the chances of you being born is like 1 in insane. Like,
yeah.
So you can't just pick and choose what you're grateful for, because even bad moments and bad times, they have the opportunity to open your eyes of something else that you are grateful for, that you do have or you don't have. And if anything, the bare minimum is something that you've learned along the way. And it's very cliche and it's very Oscar baity kind of bullshit. But I want to genuinely like really keep that like with me.
Yeah. And I think that's a good goal to have is, to live in gratitude. And here's the thing, like life is life, and you're going to have, ups and downs and all of that. But I think it's a lesson for everyone, really, not just you, not just me, but a lot of people. If we would all learn to live with a little bit more gratitude, it's not going to say you're never going to have a bad time, but it can put things into better perspective. Yeah. It takes a village to raise a Kyle. I'm kidding.
A village? It takes a fucking continent. Good God.
Hey, and now we're worldwide. It takes a planet to raise a Kyle.
Choppers. I love that song.
Does it ever blow your mind though that, and I mean, I know I look at the stats and the data more than you, but it always blows my mind, like when I see, like we've got a new location somewhere literally on the other side of the globe. Mm-hmm. And it blows my mind that like somebody in, like India or somebody in Norway or, wherever has listened to us. And it's somebody that I probably will never meet. We'll never meet this person, but they have listened to our voices and they've heard, us laugh about stupid stuff. It just blows my mind that happens. with this podcast.
Yeah.
Do you ever think about that, or is it just me?
Honestly,
It's just me.
no. Honestly, sometimes. Genuinely, sometimes, because I know, or similar, I should say, because it's just it's nuts to me. Because, like, I'll do lives, and people are like, hola from Argentina, or
Yeah.
hello from this place, hello from that place. Like, the internet is like the worst, most amazing thing like ever.
Yeah.
And it's it just goes to show that some, people always talking about this is different, that's changed, that's different, this is why everyone is so different. But at the same time, everyone's like still the same. Like, so there's some shit that, around the world, there's some type of a commonality that we would have never known or had. We can be massively different. I'm loosely quoting Youngblood on this one time, because I saw this clip one time. He took like a question or something from the audience, whatever the fuck it was. But it's like there's some connection that's made between us and those people, like it was, India, Norway, whatever it may be, and so on and so forth. We can be so insanely different, but there's at least one thing that we have in common.
Mm-hmm.
It was one thing we talked about on one of our episodes. Maybe it was the music episode. Maybe it was the Lord of the Rings episode. Who the hell knows? But there's at least one thing that has brought us and that one person together. Some type of a commonality. But if anything, that it kind of, maybe not that exactly I think about a lot, but every now and then I'll think about it, is I had a bunch of friends. I had a very close friend in the in the military, and a lot of the ways that he would, that they would pass the time, like on base or wherever they are or whatever they're doing, and so on and so forth. They're logging in and they're watching live events. They're streaming this, they're streaming that. So it's like, what, he would say, one of the things that he would do is that he would tune into a, certain shows and whatnot, certain live shows, whatever it was, because him and his significant other would watch it all the time. And so he's literally half the world away, Lord only knows where. And, she was back home. And the fact that both of them would like watch The Price is Right, she wouldn't know the type of day that he had, the type of moment that he had, what he just rolled off of. But when he had the ability to like sit down and watch like the favorite show that they would have as it's happening, live recording, he knows she's watching it. It kind of brings them to, it's in his mind, it was them being together. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So maybe even if it's something like that one, right? We get it, one of those, it makes me think of something kind of like that. Maybe we did get a hit in some country that's, something is happening right now. What if that's what it is? What if like someone who had the most like unspeakable day, or something just unspeakable is going on in their lives right now, and they just needed a laugh, and for whatever reason, something like this came across their day, their algorithm, whatever the fuck it is.
Yeah.
And their day got just a little bit better. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah.
I try to think about that too much, because then I harp on it and I spiral out of that one.
Yeah. It pulls at the heartstrings a little bit, that,
A little bit.
Yeah, a little bit. But
It even could have been something like a misclick, like they wanted to listen to Joe Rogan, but they fucking clicked on us for whatever reason. Like, who the hell knows? Like, we're thinking about this what ifs of it being like this most like in depth and emotional situation, but when really someone just fat fingered the Taylor Swift's album and whatever the fuck, you know what I mean? Yeah. Like, shit, and they didn't even listen to us. They just shit, like the click counted. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Could be completely wrong. Who knows?
Well, I know that they have to listen to a certain amount of time for it to count. But even just the bare minimum, like, it just blows my mind that somebody that I will never meet, I will never have an opportunity to meet, I don't know who they are, has clicked us for whatever reason and listened to us for however long that they listened to us, whether, it was 5 minutes or an entire episode. and heard what we have to say and what we laugh about and what we get stupid about. And, hopefully they enjoyed it. Hopefully, it brightened their day or gave them something to think about. It's just wild to think about that. It just blows my mind.
Yeah.
It just blows my mind.
Yeah. How like something, like I said, something is just so different. And that's how I know there's a genuine connection between these people, because like this is non-video, so they don't know what we look like. I need you to be completely honest. How many pages on social media do you like follow or whatever? You don't give a rip what it's about, but it's like a hot person. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You don't give any kind of a shit, but like, what, I don't know, chess. Let's just say you don't give a flying fuck about chess, but someone who looks like if Henry Cavill and Chris Hemsworth like had a baby, but like they're like a chess champion. They're like, all right, I'm gonna follow this fucking chess page because like this dude's hot. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So like,
I mean,
I don't know. So that's another genuine connection because they don't know what we look like.
Well, I mean, our pictures are on our.
Shut up. Let me have this.
Okay, I was saying they have an idea.
Let me have this.
Okay.
Say goodnight, Kyle.
I'll let you have this.
Harry Potter could be a fucking Christmas movie for you. Random people across the world have genuine connections because they don't know what we look like.
Yeah.
That's what we call a callback, ladies and gentlemen.
Even though we both are all right.
Speak for yourself. I'm ugly as fuck.
We have faces for radio. That's why we do this.
Exactly. Why do you think it's this?
Oh, all right. Well, you want to wrap this up?
That's my mama.
Well, thank you for listening to us ramble about... God, we went all over the place.
Honestly, what the fuck did we even talk about?
Yeah, we talked about D&D and connections to us, to our faceless voices. There you go.
Yeah, but we also like talked about a lot of other shit too.
Yeah, an hour.
Oh my god. I need more. Right. Listen, I either need new meds or more meds. I don't know.
Yeah. Well, hey, when you listen to this episode and give us a download, you'll be surprised.
Oh, yeah. Huh?
See how that works? Well, as always, thank you for listening. And if you're listening to us from the other side of the globe, thank you so much. We are always amazed and appreciative of every single listen, download, save, like, follow that you give us. This is a wild adventure, and we're just extremely grateful for each and every one of you. So until
Except
next...
you. Except you. Yeah, you, right there. No,
Yeah.
not you. No, the guy next to you. Yeah. Fuck you.
Except for that one person, yeah. Wait, side question. Do you think anyone hate listens to us?
Oh, absolutely. I think there's at least 2.
Yeah, probably more. We probably have some in common, and then you have some, and then I have some. So
I probably remember what we said a little bit earlier, or it's just like, hey, get in line. Yeah, get in fucking line. There's probably some hate listeners, but like, listen, honestly,
hey, we'll take it. A listen is a listen. So hate us all you want. Hate listen to us all you want, because we're not fucking going anywhere.
Except me. I gotta go to fucking therapy.
Yeah, go. Okay, you want to...
Honk!
Okay, bye.